Hello and welcome to part 7 of the Today Focused video series. We're now halfway through, and you may have noticed that there's been quite an interesting selection of topics that I've been talking about. There's some very practical things to do during your day, and there's also deeper, more spiritual aspects where you're sort of observing yourself. We do have 3 aspects to our being: the physical, the psychological, and the spiritual. For maximum well-being, we don't want to ignore or neglect any of those 3 parts. Number 13 is move your body. Now, I know what you're thinking. This is not going to be a typical video about moving your body. Rather than looking at what you're doing and what I do, how about we just stop for a moment and consider all the thoughts that come up, all the thoughts and feelings actually that come up when I say the words move your body, or when you think of the subject of physical exercise. Now be honest, notice what comes up. This is very important. I want you to put all those things to one side while you're listening to this video, and let's start fresh, because this is what Today Focused Living is really all about. Today is a new day. You and I have the gift of a brand new day. Let's not waste it by living the way that we've always lived in the past. Let's not ruin it by coming with our old thoughts and old problems and all these things that seem to plague us and follow us around. Let's just put all those to one side and start fresh today. I encourage you to look into Tai Chi and Qigong. These are lovely, gentle exercises. What amazes me every time is that after just 3 to 5 minutes of doing some Qigong, there's this lovely tingling in my hands, and I can just sense that I'm standing, my posture is better and I feel better. Sometimes in the morning, if you're in that kind of rushed mood and you're thinking about your to-do list and everything that you need to do that day, if you just stop and take a few minutes to do a little bit of Tai Chi or Qigong, it completely changes your inner energy, and you find that you're in a much better place then to go through your day. So when it comes to moving your body, look at this with fresh eyes and consider, what type of movement do you feel drawn to? Now, my grandmother used to put on the radio in her little flat, and she would dance every single day. I have such fond memories of watching my grandmother dancing. Dancing is this whole other area that we get so self-conscious about, right? And this judgmental attitude comes up, and we start comparing ourselves. We don't need all that today. Let's just put it to one side. You can just go into a room, put some sounds on, and move. Nobody has to see you. Nobody has to know. And just feel into the music and see what happens. This can be so healthy, such a wonderful thing to do. I highly recommend you try dancing, any kind of movement that you're drawn to. It doesn't matter so much what you do to move your body, as long as you move your body. And wherever you've been on your journey of health and fitness, honor where you are today and just do something today. It might be some gentle stretches. might be a little bit of dancing. It might be a walk outside in a nice park, or maybe just up the road to the shop. It doesn't really matter. And let yourself have some new thoughts and feelings around this subject of moving your body. Number 14 is nourish your body. So we've had move your body, we've had eat consciously. Now we want to make sure that what we're putting in our body is nourishing. You know, we want to take care of our body, but without all those guilty feelings. They really don't help. Of course, there's so much information out there on the internet about what to eat, what not to eat, all the best diets, etc. And it can get quite overwhelming and sometimes disheartening and very confusing. So what I did was I basically decided that there are certain things that I want to eat on a regular basis. I'm finding ways to incorporate those things simply and easily so that I can eat them more often. You know, it's all very well knowing that you need to eat more fruit and veg, for example, or maybe flaxseed is good for you. But, you know, how are you practically going to incorporate that? How are you going to create a new habit out of that? Well, that takes a little bit of practice. So what I do every morning is I have a smoothie, and in that smoothie I have a lot of goodness, a lot of things which I normally wouldn't have throughout the day. I'm in the process of incorporating more beans and lentils into my meals. One thing I'll do, for example, is make a nice salad and then open a tin of lentils and stick half of that tin in there and add a bit of feta cheese, some olives, and it's delicious and nutritious and nourishes my body. And that's what I want. Find some things that you like, and if you don't like any healthy things, find some healthy things that you can tolerate and start to incorporate them gently and little by little into what you eat every day. I know that turmeric is very important. It's very good for arthritis, which I get in my hands sometimes, and I still haven't found a way to incorporate that into my day. So that's something I'm working on at the moment. Don't be afraid to, you know, source those things that are good for you. It might mean that you have to make a little bit more effort to find some things, but it's really worth it. Go for quality rather than quantity. The point is here to have a good feeling at the end of every day that you've nourished your body in some way. You know, maybe it was just a little smoothie in the morning, or maybe you made a salad when you normally wouldn't have, or maybe you've started drinking herbal teas throughout the day, and so you're keeping yourself more hydrated than you used to. This doesn't have to be difficult or complicated. Simply find ways to nourish your body. And this can be quite a delightful adventure, actually, finding things, trying new things. It makes life easier for you at the end of the day, because, you know, if you've got, for example, those canned fish in the pantry, you've always got some greens in the fridge. If you can, you know, you can throw something together very quickly, and it's nutritious and it nourishes you. You just feel better. You feel better all round. Give yourself a chance to feel better and find your way of doing it, a way that works for you.